Ready?
Yeah.
Ready.
Are you ready? Okay.
Hands in. I only have one hand because I have to hold that microphone. Yeah.
Hey everyone, welcome to the Doozy podcast.
You're probably thinking, why the word doozy? What does that even mean?
Well, the word doozy means something that is extraordinary or outstanding of its kind.
And we are not that, but we want to be so bad.
So this is the podcast where we give you all the tools you need to become successful in life.
And the best part is we're going to learn how to be successful ourselves while we teach you how to be successful yourself.
I'm Alex Starbucks.
I'm Matthew McLarblin.
I'm Andrew Goebel. Well,
And today we're going to learn how to make the perfect coffee.
yes.
Ooh.
So good.
Today's episode is also sponsored by Botticelli Foods, baby. Oh my God, I love it. Use the promo code Doozy at checkout for 10% off, and then you can have so much sauce. That's 10% more sauce you can have.
If you spend the same amount,
Yeah.
technically,
Right.
if you have the same, we're all going to spend $100. If
Right.
you use this, you can get 10% more sauce.
Right.
Yeah, 10% sauce.
It's math.
It's math.
It's sauce math.
It's sauce math.
It's math small.
Sauce math.
Right. Well, let me ask: have you guys ever made your own coffee from scratch? How do you?
Okay.
I mean, what do you? I mean,
100%.
okay.
100 times. I'm
100
times. 101 times.
Okay.
I worked at multiple coffee chains.
Okay.
So
Has
many
anyone
companies.
else? You've worked at a coffee shop?
Absolutely.
Have you worked at a coffee
Never,
shop? Never,
no.
ever. Never.
worked
Okay,
at
so
a
just
coffee
me?
shop. Just
Yes.
you.
Which means this episode is Andrew telling us facts and Alex and I shitting on it the whole time. That's what this episode's going to be.
So
love
it's
those
just
episodes.
another episode of
Yeah.
this show. Got it. Okay.
Just another episode.
Great.
Let's go. Yeah.
Just
We do these episodes on purpose like this.
It's
We're
true.
like,
What
has
is
Andrew
what,
done this
what does
for
Andrew know?
Yeah.
Know? What does he do?
What has
Never
he
worked at
done
a
in his
tech
profession?
Have you ever worked at a tech place?
No.
Me neither. What an
Who
idiot.
would? Right?
Coffee's good though.
This is fine. Yeah. Coffee's great.
Yeah.
Coffee's amazing.
So you
Okay.
make your own. What does that do?
I do. Well, I mean, I like black coffee, so I'm pretty chill like that. I'm kind of the fucking man.
I love black coffee too, but there are people out there that when I say black coffee, they go, oh, "You psychopath!"
Oh my god.
Yeah,
what
and
are
they're
you
just
doing.
To
they're
some people, black coffee is like it's like
I
a
used to be
sin.
that. I used to be that way. I used to be judgmental.
Okay.
And it got to the point where the middle ground for me is like if I can get a flavored coffee, like that's all I need is like whatever the coffee grounds.
so like
Like
hazelnut.
hazelnut.
Yeah,
See,
yeah.
I like a good
like
I'll do
that. I can.
hazelnut.
Yeah, I
that
agree.
can do.
I agree. I agree.
But
I
it used to be.
Yeah.
I used to be sugar milk, like basically coffee flavored sugar milk was my jam, and now I can't do that.
So you're a black coffee drinker as well now, though.
I do add a splash of oat milk because I want to spend $2 extra on my coffee.
We're helping the
it to-
economy here
yeah,
at the Men of
yeah,
Doozy.
yeah.
For sure.
Milking them oats, baby.
Milking
it.
them oats. Yeah,
I'll
but
drink it black.
Yeah,
Just-
of course.
just straight up black iced coffee, just black hot coffee, just
yes,
Black coffee with flavor.
right.
black coffee as well.
It's just straight up, you like flavor?
Oh yeah, I will drink any kind of black coffee, flavored, unflavored, espresso blend poured through a pour over. All those things.
You're talking big boy words
big
now.
boy words.
And I
So
don't
you
know.
We
worked
got 'em.
at where? You've worked at Starbucks?
I have worked at Starbucks.
Okay.
And others. Starbucks was the first, and then I, went to a bunch of smaller.
Never forget your first. So.
Never forget your first. In my first coffee shop, and then I went to more like hipster ones that were, you could be ruder to the customers just by
Yeah.
default.
Okay.
It's kind of
Okay.
it's more my vibe.
No
How do
benefits
you-
except being rude to the customers.
It's true.
Yeah.
It's true.
Is there any training that's involved in that?
Oh, absolutely!
Yeah.
So much training. Actually, I work at this place, which I shall, I'll make it nameless, but they did require. They were the ones where I learned how to make espresso from like a true espresso machine. You had to be trained off the clock, which is illegal.
It's illegal.
Wow.
So, but it let me get a better job. That was fun. Yeah, but I can do the whole espresso machine, the tap.
What's the drink that you hate making the most?
I mean, it was actually at Starbucks. It was absolutely the Frappuccinos because it would just slow everything down. It wasn't they were hard to make. It was just like, oh, shit. Okay, and then you leave one whole station to go do something totally different. And God forbid someone's like, I want espresso in my in my Frappuccino because that was then everything's going. All the machines.
People who rock behind the counter at a coffee shop who are just looking like they're a member of Daft Punk, like like this with all 10 coffees, especially in a rush hour in the morning. There's nothing worse than you're like, bitch, it's like 3:30 on a Thursday. Don't ask why I'm here, but there's no one here, and you're taking 20 minutes. Not great.
Not great.
And we're going to find out why.
What makes it not great?
Yes.
Another profession where you had to deal with the customers.
Yeah, no, I did.
They're probably, it's the Starbucks, they're probably very snooty at...
I worked at actually a Starbucks that is no longer there, so I can freely talk about it. It's definitely closed. 43rd and 8th Avenue. And for those of us not in New York, that is Times Square. So that place you hear about was right there.
Jesus.
The place that everyone says avoid.
Yeah, I worked in it.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh, that's a different thing. But yeah, go to work at 5 in the morning.
Like
and
you were like, I'm going to work here. Or,
no,
or did they assign you to that
I
place?
really needed a job, and that was like the first job I got
Challenge
in New York.
accepted.
Right.
And oh man, I quit because someone forgot to lock the door at the end of the night, and just an unhoused person came in and was yelling at my manager, and I had to eventually be like, you need to get out, and got him out. And then the next day I was like, I'm cool, I'm all right, I quit.
Yeah.
This kind of goes back to the episode about video games, but do you play everything on the hardest difficulty? Because jobs seem to be...
You're like that.
You're like that.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's kind of like...
like-
let's go in.
yeah.
Be like, you haven't unlocked this difficulty mode. Let me beat the game so I can get to the real version I want to play.
Yeah. Even when you were working from home, you were like, how do I
Make this
How do
difficult.
I live in pain?
How does this suck
How
for
do
me?
I torture myself in my own sanctuary?
Yeah, how does this suck for me?
It's true. How,
like-
how does it hurt?
People screaming at me all day. All right, well, when you're not trying to ruin your own life, you go get a cup of coffee.
Yeah, and I still love coffee.
You know what gets him through those hard days?
Coffee.
Coffee.
Yeah.
Right. I love coffee.
I
I
do
am
too.
a coffee addict.
Me too. 100%.
Well, these are the top 11 tips on how to make the perfect coffee. I'm
Chef's
excited.
kiss.
Number 11, buy fresh roasted coffee beans. Coffee tastes best when brewed right after the roast. Look for a roasted on date on the label and get the freshest possible. Buy no more than 2 weeks worth of coffee at once so it doesn't go stale in your pantry. A vacuum sealed opaque bag keeps coffee fresher than other packaging. Why is it freshest after roasting, Andrew?
So when you roast coffee beans, that's like you heat them up, and that's what makes them go from that yellow. If you see a coffee bean that's like raw, it'll be yellow. It won't actually be or yellow or brown. And when you roast it, it turns black. That's like when it pulls all the flavor into the actual bean itself.
Yeah, I definitely knew that before you just said that.
Coffee beans are yellow?
Yeah, they're yellow.
didn't know
You
this.
didn't know that? I mean, I
didn't
knew
know
that.
Yeah, they're raw coffee.
I didn't know this.
This is all. Yeah, you're talking. You're talking to people who are dumb. So I didn't know.
Come on,
Yeah,
guys.
we're dumb.
If
That
you would have
also-
guessed, if someone said what color is a
I'm
coffee
not
bean
listening
before it's
to
black,
anything anyone says.
I would have thought the bean was like green or some shit.
No.
I thought it came like...
Like that?
Yeah, you just...
No.
Do
You
they
pull
come
it out of
do
the
they come
ground? Is
from-
it in the
do they-
ground?
Do they come from the ground or the
Ooh,
trees?
that
or the
actually.
plants?
I think it's trees. Don't quote me, but I think it's coffee trees.
Wow.
I think it's coffee trees.
Jose can blast it over.
Yeah, honestly, if I'm wrong.
Definition.
Where
Yes.
does coffee come? Beans. Well, beans come from...
So, but no, that's kind of where we'll.
Beans
we'll
come from
well, actually,
everywhere.
my
Everywhere.
actually my next. I'll jump right into the next tip, which is tip number 10. Try different roasts.
Didn't answer my question, but
We'll get to your question right now.
okay.
Relax. If you're not a full-fledged coffee fanatic yet, start with a medium roast for coffee or a dark roast if you're making espresso. To explore more flavors, experiment with roasts ranging from mild light roasts to the darkest charred beans. There are actually many degrees of roast that fit into medium and dark, so try several, comparing the color of the beans. We've talked about, different colors. While extra dark roasts have become sophisticated, many coffee lovers prefer a medium or medium dark roast that doesn't scorch away the unique flavor of the bean. If you're serious about finding your perfect cup, learn to roast your own beans. Okay, pretentious. Once you have some practice, you can make the freshest coffee possible with perfect control over the roast strength. So the different roasts part, as you asked where they come from, they come from Peru, Brazil, a lot of different, like Colombia. There's a lot of different choices. And all of those regions, the water affects the growing, how they taste, what's in the beans. That's why you get things that are more acidic, more basic.
I'm no scientist, but if you just like ground it really powder, like then that becomes cocaine, right?
Mm-hmm. You just snort that shit.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know how I don't do drugs, but I assume that's what cocaine.
We can make
is.
coffee. We can make cocaine out of coffee beans.
I would have to talk to like a true Colombian, but I think they could make that work.
Next tip: how to do cocaine.
Okay.
I feel like different, whatever roast makes it not taste like the ground. That's all I want. If it doesn't, would be a lighter roast?
Lighter roast, and actually light roast is more caffeinated too, because the longer it roasts, the more caffeine that burns off. There was a kind of a misleading thing, like the darker the coffee, the more caffeinated. No, it actually is. It's burned longer.
Oh, because it's
roasted
it's
longer.
over roasted, so there's not as much.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like you should get to know the coffee beans a little bit so that you don't roast them too hard because they might be sensitive.
No, and also, if you start roasting your own coffee beans,
right?
Good Lord.
Yeah, but
you don't want to be too mean to them.
Sometimes.
Are you gonna have sex with these coffee beans?
And you don't want to bring the color into. That's too much if you roast it. You want it to just be a surface level roast.
You have to be respectful.
You got to be respectful. Yeah.
We're still talking about coffee beans, right?
Yeah.
You lost me at cocaine. Okay.
I think I had you at cocaine.
All right. Well, let's go on to number 9 then. All right. Once you've roasted the coffee beans and you picked out the right coffee beans, store them in an airtight container. Exposure to air, light, heat, or moisture can ruin the flavor of your coffee beans. Kitchen supply stores sell a great solution: ceramic containers with a latch lid lined with a rubber band. Sealed plastic tubs or Ziploc bags are okay, but not as airtight. You need to airtight that.
Airtight it.
Temperature changes can cause flavorful liquids to condense and evaporate. Keep beans at room temperature or in the fridge if your kitchen is hot. Freeze only if you have too many beans to use in the next few weeks.
I got too many beans.
There's
Too many beans.
Get these beans out of here.
It's like hoarders, but
beans.
But beans.
but just coffee beans.
Just coffee beans.
Yeah.
Just some man crying.
The camera
like,
crew comes in. They're like, God damn, there are
damn.
too many. So how many
Don't
beans?
open the doors. Airtight.
Oh, it's airtight. Don't touch my
Airtight.
beans.
It's hot in here. You're gonna let the flavor out.
Right.
The roast will get too bad.
It's
It's airtight. That person would have that accent.
absolutely.
Right.
It's airtight.
It's airtight.
Get with my beans.
Oh man.
There's a lot of. This is all very good, but it's hard when a lot of us don't even grind our own coffee. So, do you grind your own beans?
No.
Yeah. Do you grind your own beans?
I couldn't tell you how to even do that.
Great, incredible. So the thing is, these are all very good tips in general, but also when you buy ground coffee, as I do,
I do.
I don't grind my own.
I just wait till they show up. I'm usually gifted them.
Yeah, and so that is already a whole step is done where that immediately is what grinds and releases all the flavor, and then it just gets packaged.
Right.
So there's 50. You have to control the element of the bean to get the perfect flavor.
It's
here.
true. It's true.
Okay.
It's
Airtight roasted and then grind them down, and you got it's just a.
Can't have too many beans.
It's just a.
you cannot have too many beans.
No.
It's a whole damn process.
Mm-hmm.
And number 8, grind right before brewing. Coffee grounds will lose flavor the longer you delay. For best results, grind at home using a burr grinder. If you only have a blade grinder, test out the more precise burr method by having your beans ground at a coffee store, not a grocery store.
Never.
Fucking idiot. And use them right away. The size of the grind depends on the brewing process. I don't know what I just said.
Well, you're about to keep.
I get it. But
it depends, how you're going to brew the coffee. Tells you how you,
What's the burr method?
yes, exactly right.
So instead of using one blade, like you think of like a blender or a food processor, this actually has, I can't show you on my hands because I'm holding a mic. It has 2 gears that are moving in opposite directions. So it's crushing the beans, and it's crushing them in such a way that they just stay in this and go round and around and around and around, and you can actually adjust the fineness of the.
It's an angry
grind
ball
itself.
comedian.
Right.
Bill Burr.
Right. So the one
And Bill Burr helps out.
Yeah.
the one blade.
He
The one
screams
blade
at it.
does its thing, but then when you have all the gears, it's like brrr, right?
Yeah, that's where it gets the name Burr.
Oh,
Yeah, that's where it gets. Yeah, that's where it gets.
oh,
the
I'm
name.
so angry. I'm as angry as you are that one episode. Oh, oh man. Oh.
You know, because the noise it makes when it grinds the beans.
No, I got it.
Brrr.
I got it. I got
Because if you only have a blade grinder, it's like blade grinder, and it just
Blade grinder.
blade grinder.
Oh my god. Yeah, that's how it got its name. Everything I said, incorrect. He got it.
We're like the voiceover of a PlayStation 1 game. Like, welcome to Blade Grinder. A really bad knockoff of Tony Hawk.
That's what the machine makes, the noise.
Sounds like Twisted Metal. That's what this sounds like.
For a French press or cold brew coffee, make a coarse grind with chunky
This
particles.
is tip number 7.
No, it's not. We're still in tip 8.
Oh.
We're not even done. Keep
Yeah,
talking.
bitch, I'm doing my job.
Okay,
For
yeah.
a French press or cold brew coffee, make a coarse grind with chunky particles similar to potting soil. For drip coffee, make a medium grind, the texture of coarse sand. For espresso, make a fine grind, the texture of sugar or salt. If your coffee tastes too bitter, try a coarser grind. If your coffee tastes flat, try a finer grind.
Yeah, because you can control the flavor by that as well, just by how much you grind. And so the reason that a French press is such thick pieces is you pour water. You know what a French press is? Yes.
Yes.
So a French press is that glass container you see that like you pour hot water in and then you press the coffee down. You've seen that in like fancy places. No, maybe yes.
You pour it in and then you press it down. And it
So
kicks it in.
the reason the particles are thicker, they're going to like steep in there almost like tea. You're not brewing through it. They're going to sit at the bottom so they have time to
yeah.
extract.
Okay.
I don't science good, so whatever they just said, it just don't make it taste like ground.
They just talked about how to grind them. We're not rocket science.
What I have
We're
learned,
bean scientists.
what I have learned
It's cool how
is
people discovered this shit.
It's true. That's a
cool's
wild
a word, but yeah, I just
Cool.
It's making me realize that I don't really know a lot of the different coarsenesses of sugar or salt or the ground and potting soil. I guess I'm like I don't know.
I guess
it's all just the
I
ground.
guess your frame of reference is so
pretty bad.
Yeah. Your whole scope is not wide.
No, it isn't.
No. Okay.
I could learn something if I paid attention.
I mean,
here.
we've been doing this for a couple of weeks. Have you learned anything that we've
Not
talked
at all.
about? Okay.
Yeah.
Brew with the French press. Tip number 7. Many experts favor this method, but it can take some practice to avoid bitter over-extraction. Here's how to make coffee magic. Remove the lid and plunger. Add the coffee. Use 2 tablespoons.
You making the coffee in the toilet?
Yes. Yeah.
The French
French know what's
the
up.
French know how to do
Is
it.
They
that-
know what's up.
Oh, that makes sense.
Yeah, the
Okay,
French
French
press.
Right.
We got it. We're getting there. Add the coffee to the toilet. Use 2 tablespoons or 30 milliliters for 1 serving press or fill to the mark on the side of the press. Pour hot water to the halfway mark, wetting all the grounds. This is important. This step's important. After 1 minute, stir the floating grounds gently. Add the remaining water and put on the lid and the plunger pulled fully up.
I'm with you. It's this doofus. Keep going.
After 3 additional minutes, slowly push down until the plunger hits the bottom. Keep the plunger flat. This is a waking nightmare. I don't understand. Don't understand what's happening. Pour into a cup. There will be a little sediment in the bottom, which you can swirl in, save for a strong finish, or leave in the cup.
Yeah. Just remember to wait to the very end to flush. Because you don't want to flush
You don't want to lose those. You don't want to lose those.
You don't want any
Yeah.
splash up. You don't want
Yeah.
any
Do
splash
not want
up
any
of
splash up. No.
I gotta say, I don't know what any of that means, but I
No.
do know that if anytime someone came at me with a French press, they were 10 times more attractive. Instead of coming at me with a pot of coffee like a waitress off the interstate, like a French press, let's go. Like
It's
I don't know
true.
what you did,
Yeah,
But
and I always get my plungers mixed up with my poop plunger and my coffee plunger. I always mix it up.
Which is crazy because they should be in different rooms. They shouldn't even be near each other.
It depends.
I can't afford 2 different toilets.
It depends on what. Hold on. Hold on. Both of those things I need to assess. What do you mean and what do you mean?
Look, it depends on what kind of flavor you're looking for, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah. Exactly.
See? Who's got the next tip?
I think it's Alex, which is insane. Holy shit.
I don't feel like someone hasn't tried to make coffee in their toilet.
God damn it, I need my fix, Mom!
No,
People make alcohol in the bathtub, so I don't like.
You're making coffee in the shitter?
Bathtub, gin, toilet, coffee. Got it.
My bathtub. We just brewed some bathtub gin, and I got my toilet.
I got my toilet coffee.
I'm ready to go. Airtight. Get out.
Get away from my beans!
Get away from my beans.
Put the beans on the top and it swirls out the bottom.
Oh my God.
Number 6, everybody. Pour through a filter, right? Because you want to kind of, another excellent method, if you can put in a few minutes of effort.
If you can manage it.
Right. Start by rinsing your paper filter and the filter cone in hot water. Place over your cup and brew as follows. Pour coffee grounds into the filter. Shake gently to make it level. Measure according to preference, or about 2 teaspoons, 30 milliliters per serving.
TBSP is tablespoons, not teaspoons.
I'm measuring in toilet water, okay? There's a difference.
In bowl spoons.
In bowl spoons, okay?
That's a lot. How many? 2 bowl spoons?
It's different measurements.
It's different. TBSP is actually 2 bowl spoons. I think.
Toilet bowl spoons.
Yeah,
okay.
right.
Got it.
Okay?
Got it.
All right, it's different.
I'm so sorry. I'll never interrupt your tip again. Please keep going.
Jesus. Okay? Use a kettle with a narrow spout and add just enough hot water to wet the grounds. Start the center and work outward without hitting the filter sides. Wait 30 to 45 minutes for the coffee to let off gas. Blooming, okay?
That was the term. It wasn't like it was saying that when they let off the gas, they're blooming.
Blooming.
Yeah.
Pour the rest of the water from just above the filter cone evenly across the grounds. Pour at a steady rate and aim to run out of water in about 2 minutes and 30 seconds. Wait for the rest of the water to drip through about 20 to 60 seconds.
I'm not convinced any of that matters, but I would like to try a coffee where it's like, here we just poured all the bullshit, try it, versus we poured it, we massaged it, we bloomed it, the right temperature. Like, I would love to taste
Have you ever had
difference.
Have you ever had this coffee? Have you ever had a pour over coffee?
I'm sure I have, and it was probably a delight, but I'd want to taste the difference of the two to know this was like made out of in a toilet bowl, and this was made in a toilet bowl, but with the proper time.
With the proper timing, for sure, yeah.
Yeah.
Go to Blue Bottle Coffee. They'll make you pour-overs right there. That's what they do for all of those.
That's true. I want someone who's, is kind of like obsessed with this to make it for me.
I would say Blue Bottle Coffee is a good, sorry, Starbucks. I don't care. I don't like Starbucks as a coffee. I think it's kind of gross. Blue Bottle Coffee is. It's nice.
Starbucks coffee seems like it's very acidic for me.
It's so acidic.
But it's like...
So you do know words. Why are you talking about toilets and you not knowing numbers when you know the acidity of coffee?
Well, the most acidic
I gotta keep you guessing. I can't just throw it all out there for you. You know?
You're not throwing anything. You're just lying. Pretending to be dumb.
I know
but you
words.
Know so
bitter,
much.
acidic,
right?
Tannins.
Yeah, but
Is
he
that a
said all the
combination?
words in the right sentence. Don't throw the word tannins out there.
Tannins are involved.
Okay.
Tannins.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Descry. Do you know what that word means?
I don't know what
descry means to see something more clearly.
Mm-hmm. Indubitably is a word that's long.
Okay.
Elysian. right? That means a state of bliss.
Yeah, no, yes. Elysian, yeah.
TBSP is toilet bowl
Toilet bowl
spoons.
spoons. Of course, absolutely.
Every person I've met who is this obsessed
Okay.
with the coffee of like, you have their timing every second and they have to pour it perfectly or they'll start over because they fucked up.
Yeah, of course.
I feel
yeah,
like
absolutely.
it's crypto for bigger assholes.
Ooh, okay.
I would say
I see what you mean.
It's crypto for hipster assholes.
Got it. I get
Poorer
what you mean,
assholes,
yes.
I should say.
You know what? I feel like when someone is doing all this,
Of course, yeah,
right?
okay, yeah.
And they got the bag and they're shaking it and they're like, it's blooming now here, and they're doing it all right, and then they hand you the cup of coffee that they make after doing all of this, and then you take a sip of it. I would still be like, it tastes like a cup of fucking coffee.
This
I don't
is
know.
fine.
It
This
tastes
is
like
fine.
Yes,
it tastes like a
yeah.
cup of coffee.
I go to the bodega.
It tastes like coffee.
So I'll be honest. No. I'm not.
Is it
I am.
bitter or flat? It's a coffee.
It's coffee. I will say
I don't
I've
understand.
worked at coffee in very nice coffee shops that did training of how to pull espresso correctly, and I will say that maybe I'm just bad at drinking liquids. I feel the same way about wine. Like people are like, oh, can you taste the notes of these things?
Yeah.
And they would ask me about the
It's
espresso, being
wine.
like, oh, can you taste the notes of ground, the earthy undertones? Can you taste the fruit? And I'm like, it tastes like coffee.
Some of the best coffee I had is from a bodega that
I-
they probably swept stuff off the ground and put
I
it in a
agree.
filter and
I
handed
love
it to me. And
my
I was like,
favorite
"God
coffee
damn!"
is diner coffee. I love it.
But that hits different.
Yeah,
This
it just
wine
hits
tastes
so
like the
different.
grapes were violently ripped off the vine.
Yeah,
And this one is where winter hit early. They both
Yeah.
taste violent and bad.
Yeah.
And, like-
Anyone that says that when they're like taking
Yeah.
a sip of wine or something, it takes everything
they're not-
in my body not to slap them across the face.
And is coffee worse?
And if someone
in your
handed me
opinion?
coffee, like,
And did that?
Huh?
And do you think it's worse if they're a snob about coffee or wine?
It's the same. If someone's doing that, first of all, they're wearing a turtleneck, right?
That's true.
they are actually
They're wearing
yeah.
a turtleneck or capris, maybe a turtleneck
And
capris.
I think that's an image.
That's
For
it.
sure.
Yeah, for sure.
If you're wearing you are, yeah, and
Yes.
you're just on your knees in the toilet.
Stomping the beans.
Stomping those beans.
Roasting them. Well, shit. All of this talk is, making me a little hungry. We should take a break.
All right, let's take a break for sure.
Hey, everyone. Are you tired of buying expensive, low-quality foods? Oh, shit. I know I am. And that's why it's time to discover the authentic taste of Italy with Botticelli food.
Oh, fuck. They're a family-owned brand that delivers farm-to-table products straight to your dinner table. Experience the rich flavors of their Italian cuisine, which has been passed down from generation to generation.
If you go to BotticelliFoods.com and use the promo code Doozy at checkout, that's DOOZY, you can get 10% off all Botticelli food products.
Look, we're talking every kind of sauce you could think of. Olive oils, balsamic, and many, many more flavorful products.
Yes.
And remember, Botticelli foods are extraordinary and outstanding, just like the men of Doozy.
Whoa.
Yeah. Buy Botticelli's right now.
Do it.
Right now.
What else are you doing?
Yeah.
Making coffee in your toilet?
You know, they don't make their sauce in the toilet.
Definitely not.
They
There's
don't. We
don't
can
do it.
confirm.
They don't do it. All right. And now we go to the favorite segment here.
Everyone's favorite.
Checking in with Jose. Okay. Jose, have you ever made coffee? Are you a coffee fanatic? You know, what's going on in the coffee
Are you
world
drinking
for
it while you do this episode?
Right?
You know?
Are you in the toilet? What's happening? And how do you think this episode's going so far?
Yeah, for sure, for sure.
Hey guys, what's it called? I actually have never drank coffee. I never drink coffee. I never got a taste for it. Episode's going bad. It's 45 minutes, which is great, but it feels like 2 hours. That's it.
Now, see, he knows his stuff
Yeah.
Wow.
for
Yeah,
sure.
I agree.
Wow.
I figured that.
A turtleneck and capris?
Both.
In the toilet.
In the toilet.
Crushing it.
Crushing it.
Absolutely
I love
crushing.
it. All right. Well, any other personal notes you want to say during the break here before we go back, or?
No.
Wow.
No.
Okay.
Actually, I do.
Okay.
Okay.
And I will say, this is genuine. Reading these notes today and going through it, it made me remember that I had all the ingredients to make and do a pour-over coffee today.
Okay.
And I went and I did it.
Wow.
I
Amazing.
did it.
Amazing.
I did it.
Wow.
And I think I burnt it, and I would have rather have purchased coffee somewhere else.
It
but
was coarse.
It was
coarse.
acidic and Elysium, I think is what you said.
Elysian.
Okay, Elysian. Yeah, it's the
yeah.
adjective.
That movie with Matt Damon.
Yeah. But after that, it was more described to you.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
Scry was for sure.
Yeah, for sure, Scry.
The acidity
great.
and the tannins.
Good. All right. Well, let's go back because
Absolutely.
I don't like this.
I don't like this.
Hey, we're back.
We're back.
Did you buy Botticelli's? You should buy Botticelli's
You
more than
should.
you buy coffee. You should buy Botticelli's and use our code every day.
If you're not
Just
drinking
like a cup of coffee.
If you're not drinking as much sauce
Yeah.
as you are coffee,
What are you doing?
what are you doing?
I take a shot of vodka sauce every morning.
I just want to make sure I feel something.
For the price of one Botticelli's, you could change your life. So use the Doozy code.
Yep.
Use it.
3 tablespoons of vodka sauce.
3 toilet bowls.
I love
We have fun here.
it. All right.
Tip number 5: clean anything that comes in contact with the coffee. That's wild.
Because you're working out of the toilet.
Yeah. You gotta.
You gotta be careful with those plungers. You gotta be
With
careful.
this bit involved, it makes a lot more sense.
Yes. Now you're getting it.
Still coffee residue or worse, contaminants need
Poop.
to be scrubbed away frequently. If you're using a machine, refer to the owner's manual for cleaning instructions. Does it make it sound like you said clean the coffee or just clean everything around?
Clean all the tools you're using. So the
you can't
pour over.
clean coffee.
You cannot clean coffee. That will kill you. Yeah, because you'll be drinking like bleach or whatever. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, don't do that.
Right. Because if you go to put water on it to clean it, you're just making coffee.
Yeah, and you're watering down the coffee that's already made.
Can't clean it.
Can't clean it. Uncleanable.
What if you hold on. What if
Let him cook. Let him cook. Let him cook.
What if you I'm getting the Botticelli, the sauces, I'm mixing it. What if you get coffee
Okay.
and you filtered that down and poured it out? What would just be with then water? And then
Are you talking taking the coffee,
Yeah,
pouring it
back.
over coffee grounds?
No, back into like the filter, and then would just water come out?
No. What?
I'm
No.
just trying to figure it out here.
No, it would just be. Ooh. What would
Yeah,
actually?
fuck you. You didn't know either.
No. What would actually happen is it would not change the color. Still
I'm
be
a curious
still,
boy. I'm just
still
curious.
be no. It's a great question, but it would actually just pull more of the flavor out of the coffee and make it taste.
What if you poured coffee into a Brita?
I don't know. That shit changed.
You do that with vodka,
and
it goes
apparently
to
it makes it
10
the
times
be-
better.
Yeah.
You Brita vodka?
Yeah.
Put shitty vodka into a Brita,
And
and,
it
it makes
it
like,
amazing,
tastes like top
apparently.
shelf.
We're
And we
getting-
never saw Alex again.
We lost him to Brita.
Zoom in on his eyes.
That's way better than my bathtub, dude.
Oh my God.
Holy dude, you can do so much with the Brita.
You can do so much. It's honestly.
Or it comes in like, God damn it, Alex, 10 more Britas. He's like, you wouldn't believe what
you
I
wouldn't
Brita.
believe what I
So
can
my
do.
bathtub gin will be way better.
Will
if
be
I
way
filter it.
better.
Okay,
Yeah.
good.
You could have been doing this the whole time.
Could have been doing it. Tip number 4: filter water to remove strong tastes. You may use cold tap water if you let it run for a few seconds first. If your tap water has a strong or unpleasant taste, put it through a filter first. Do not use distilled or softened water.
What?
These lack minerals which add to the coffee extraction process. Scrub any container used to store water thoroughly and often.
I feel like we're getting out of here.
What are you talking about?
I have a question.
Yeah, fire away, please.
question.
Yes, please.
Now, you may use cold tap water if you let it run for a few seconds first. What is what happens the first couple seconds with tap water
So
that,
that's
that
when
we can't do?
you know,
Filthy virgin water comes out of that.
Yeah,
tap.
when you turn it on, it's going running through the pipes. Might pick up some stuff before it comes out. You don't want like your glass under there. You want to waste a few seconds.
Okay.
Yeah. It's not like shit, which we're putting in the toilet. So yeah, it's just not. It's not that. It's just
Okay.
Yeah.
We've been talking about toilets and shit
The
whole
first
time,
couple seconds.
and that felt like too much for some reason. I don't know why.
The first couple seconds when you run the water is just pure shit.
It's just shit.
And
coming
then
out.
water
And
comes
then
out
water
afterwards.
comes out. Yes,
You
absolutely.
ever seen the movies when they go in a place they don't want to be and they turn on it's brown for a second? It's like
Yeah.
you get it.
What?
It's like going for a checkup at the doctor and you have to do like a pee sample and they say like you should pee for a little bit and then you take the pee sample.
Right, because the first couple seconds of pee for
Are just shit.
it's
We could add. We could.
They say
First-
pee for a few seconds and then take
The peanut gallery
the bite
of
sound.
Lauren right now is incredible. I don't know if any of that's going to be picked up on the
I
microphone.
was hoping
but
you would just take what you
regardless.
said and then add
the
it
first the first 3 seconds when I pee, it's just pure poop.
in. Yeah,
Got
it's just
it,
poop.
got
It's
it,
just
for
shit.
sure.
And then when I keep going, the pee comes out, and that's what the doctors are looking for.
You should probably go to the hospital, is what I'm going to say.
Well, I've been doing good so far.
It sounds like you haven't.
Well,
I was like, first couple seconds was just blood, Alex. We're gonna
It's just blood.
We're gonna need you to get back in there and
Good.
piss.
good. I'm glad that the coffee episode is
Going well.
is
Really
is
toilet-centric.
is very
Really toilet-centric.
Very toilet centric.
Really
I love
toilet-centric.
that.
Well, it could
love
be about
that.
Andrew's dick again. I'm glad we're in
love
the
that.
toilet.
I love that. It's
We're multitudes here at the Men of
That's it.
Doozy.
Yeah, we
so
contain
We
multitudes.
contain multitudes. So
that's it. There's not a when you're
Multitudes.
okay.
Multitudes.
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 Yeah, there's not a ladle big enough to stir the gin in the tub, so Andrew just uses his
Kirk. Kirk.
I use my size 15 shoes.
Holy shit. Number 3, everybody, measure the amounts of coffee and water. For more accuracy, use a scale to measure the coffee, not a measuring spoon. While you're learning, write down the amounts you used and what you think of the result. You could start with the following recommendations per cup, but feel free to override them with your personal preferences. Coffee grounds, 0.38 ounces, or that's, 10.6 grams, or 2 toilet spoons, okay? 30 megaliters, all right? Water, 6 fluid ounces, 3/4 of a cup. I don't know. Maybe that equals to, off the top of my head, 180 milliliters.
That's a good guess.
It's written down for you.
I don't know. Just doing quick math.
Off the top of my eyes.
Off the top of my eyes.
I don't know. Brewing methods that evaporate a lot of water may require more, obviously. It's best to brew on the strong side and add more water to your cup if it's too strong.
I chose this specifically because the amount of steps are a lot for this coffee.
Right.
It's crazy, but it's worth it.
I don't know if it is though. I want to see if I want to try it.
Okay, then we'll try it, but I can tell you right now it's worth it.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, absolutely.
So,
Every once in a
I
while.
think it
Okay.
might,
So how long do you think this will all take?
It takes roughly about 10 minutes.
I would disagree with that. I would think it would probably be longer.
What are you
no?
talking about?
Doesn't
No,
that feel like 10 minutes? Also,
Well, yeah, we're doing a
people could-
podcast.
When you wake up in the morning from a
wake
dead
up
slumber,
in the morning feeling
when you wake up in the morning from a dead slumber, and you have to do all these steps.
Yeah, you got a whole
well,
list of things for one thing.
But it's like therapeutic. Like you wake up and you wake up and you.
No, the therapy starts when I start drinking the coffee. But before
I
that,
didn't think you were
murder's
gonna
on
say-
the line.
I did not think coffee was coming out. Therapy starts when I start drinking.
I also thought that.
I thought that was a hard stop. Okay, fair.
I've just been surprising you guys
It's
all
true, right?
afternoon.
You contain multitudes.
Multitudes.
Multitudes. Whew, man.
Tip number 2. Measure your water temperature. I hate that sentence. Always brew coffee with water temperature between 195 and 205 degrees Fahrenheit. 90.6 between 96.1 Celsius, if I were to guess. In most home setups, water will cool to this temperature within 10 to 15 seconds of boiling. Optionally, use an infrared kitchen thermometer to be certain.
We all have one of those.
Duh.
Laying around.
I've got 7.
Well, the next step's more important. Can you read
Right.
the next
And
step?
they're not for coffee.
For my ass.
Yes. We got it.
At 4,000 feet, 1,200 meters above sea level or higher, use the water as soon as
Why
it
do you
boils.
need
We've got
7 of
sea
them?
levels involved
Yeah, we
now?
got sea. No. Let me tell
I hate
you.
this guy who's
this-
doing all this. He's like, what sea level are we at? We're in
Yes.
Colorado. I got to do this in 2.8 seconds.
Yes, because it boils at a different temperature because of elevation.
Explain.
Tell me.
So I don't need to. He just explained it. I don't want to explain it again.
You think I was listening to that?
I was
All I
even.
heard was I need 7 thermometers in my ass.
He never said that.
That's all you needed to hear, whether or not I said it.
Yeah, I guess.
Did
I
he
guess
say it?
so.
He said that.
Yeah, you just said that it matters what elevation you're at because water boils at a different temperature depending on what elevation you're at.
That's crazy.
Yeah, that's just science, though. Why were you let down by that?
Yeah, I don't like it.
So, how above sea level are we right now?
I have absolutely no idea.
How do you measure that? How do you?
You go to the
Me?
sea and then
I
you
don't
just
know.
get a stick and you just see how high you're
Yeah,
up.
which you don't. I think someone has already done that before. They've have devices that tell us this. I don't.
I think
know
that's
what
a
they're
made
called.
up thing.
No, it's not a made up thing. Elevation's not a made up thing.
There has to be an app.
There may be an app. It's probably in like the weather app on your Apple phone.
And but the people that are doing this
Get a life.
in the morning are like, what sea level am I at? And they need to.
Yeah, but how often is your sea
Grow
level
up.
changing actively? Like if you live in Colorado, you know you're at a higher elevation.
Okay.
New York doesn't change elevations.
Well, what floor are you on? You know,
That's a good point.
that's
That's
an
a good point.
elevation.
Because as
What
I
floor are
learned
you,
at
right?
different elevations, the water boils at a different. So if I'm in the
we learned this.
70th floor,
Right.
it's pretty high from
Yeah.
the level.
You ever been on floor 70 and miscalculate the sea level while you were making coffee?
Hachi machi.
Ugh.
Bad.
Ugh. Coarse, flat, bitter. All.
Can't get it done.
Tip number 1, track brewing time exactly. Suggested brewing times are included for each brewing method above. Time your brew with a stopwatch for best results. You need...
Now you're like,
All right, we're at elevations. And go.
make sure you
Airlocked. Put the airlock on.
make sure you reach 88 miles per hour as
Right.
you're pouring.
88. Right.
Jesus.
You need just enough time to extract flavor compounds without over-extracting your way to an extra bitter cup. You can reduce the brewing time if you're using a finer grind, increase if you're using a coarser one, or change it to match to your personal preference. Just keep track of what you're doing so you'll know how to repeat your success. Do either of you know how long it takes to pull a shot of espresso?
When the person is using the stopwatch and they miss it by a second, do they just throw the coffee out?
Sometimes, yeah. If it's a really pretentious place, absolutely.
They're like, I could beat that record.
Yeah.
Right.
true.
And then you're standing there, you're like, can I just have my coffee,
give me the-
please?
Now, usually though, it's like a range that you can hit between. So espresso is pulled between 21, usually 21 and 24 seconds. So as long as you hit somewhere in there, but that depends on what kind of coffee you have. But yeah, you can get in like a range usually of stuff.
Coffee snobs are either the king or the worst at sex. They're either like gonna crush it with the details, or they are
Or
just
overcomplicate it,
garbage.
for
I have
sure.
never not had sex without a stopwatch.
And if it goes over, if it's 61 seconds,
If
you
it
can't do
goes
it.
over, and it's somewhere between
He throws
21
it out.
and 21
He
to
throws it
24
out.
seconds.
He throws it out.
any longer, and it's not enjoyable.
Well, it's just
anymore.
bitter.
If I don't get
It's just-
hard
yeah.
between 21 and 24
just
seconds,
gets-
I give up.
It just gets really coarse.
It just
after
gets
that.
coarse.
Like topsoil.
Right.
Yeah, like
it
Yeah.
just gets flat and bitter, and
Then I go stand in my toilet
yeah.
and make coffee with my 2 TBSPs.
So do you both feel like you learned more about coffee?
Definitely
today?
not. No.
I think at the end, coffee tastes like
Coffee. Yeah.
I agree. I'm not going to disagree with you 100%.
I'm
yes.
I really would love to have like a taste test. Of,
Okay.
Like, I don't want to do blind taste test. I want to be like, this is from the deli. This is from.
So you said you don't want to do a blind taste test?
I guess
Wouldn't
I would.
you want to
I
do a
guess
blind
so.
taste
I guess
test?
so.
Yeah.
I will say this, though. We should do a blind taste test, but I will say this. There are times when it's either the coffee tastes good or I've been to places where I can really taste the coffee being burnt.
Yeah. Yes.
If the coffee's burnt, then it's
I agree.
disgusting.
This is actually the thing where when I boiled it down to like getting trained on espresso, all I could taste was when someone really fucked up.
Right.
The fine tuning, I was like, this all kind of tastes the same. But when they did very bitter or very burnt coffee, it was like, oh yeah, these are a nightmare.
Yeah.
But everything else in the middle, I was like, okay, yeah, I guess it sits on my tongue a little bit longer. Okay. And that's really the end.
I wish coffee tasted the way it smells. Because I don't feel like it does. I feel like you walk into the coffee shop, you're like, whoa, that smells nice. And then you drink it, you're like, that is dirt.
Is the ground.
That's dirt. Do you feel like it tastes like?
I feel like it tastes how it smells.
Yeah, not for
I think
me,
you're
guess.
fucking up the coffee.
I don't know
is
what
what-
you're
is what we're
smelling when you
learning.
walk into the-
And maybe clean your.
Have I
toilet
not
a
been
little bit.
drinking coffee this whole
I
time?
don't think.
I think I've been
No.
drinking something else.
Yeah,
Yeah. Because if you walk in and it smells nice and then you drink the coffee, yeah.
and it
just
smells
don't-
like
just-
shit. They probably didn't clean the
It
toilet.
smells like shit. That was probably the first.
Yeah, probably the first mistake.
Palate. We didn't really get into that, huh?
Yeah.
Like if you.
Well,
yeah.
you've been making home coffee for a while, so
No, today was the first time in a while. And you know who got me that coffee?
who?
This guy.
It's true.
It
Good.
was the hazelnut. Was it Lord of the Rings?
Well, it's like it's a company called Geek Grind, I believe is what it is.
Yeah,
Dunkin' Donuts hazelnut coffee is my religion.
It's
right
good.
that's it for
good.
sure.
My religion.
Absolutely, I agree.
I'm
with
more of a fan of Wawa coffee, but I'm from Philadelphia, so. But,
you. They got hazelnut.
They got a bunch. Right now, I have a holiday blend, which is like molasses and cinnamon, and it's delicious.
Oh,
That sounds nice.
It's so delicious. It's great.
molasses taste like.
Have you not had molasses?
How do you make molasses?
Well, that's gonna end
All
it for
right,
this
yeah,
episode
yeah,
of
that's
the
good,
podcast.
That's good, that's good.
Yeah. Hey, well, thank you everyone for watching this
Yeah.
podcast. I think that wraps it up. I'm excited for
I'm
coffee.
good. I'm
Yes.
ready. Please comment what your favorite tip was and share this episode with everyone you know.
We are on all the social medias and audio platforms. We got Spotify, we got Apple Music, we got Tidal. I actually don't think we're on Tidal,
No,
but that's
I don't think
we're
so.
not.
No. Subscribe, like, comment, right? And if there's something that you want to learn about and have us teach you while we also learn about it, let us know, please.
See you next episode.
Yeah, buy Botticelli's.
Botticelli's.
See you next episode.